Deep within the heart of West Africa, a powerful empire rose to prominence. The Ashanti Empire, with its dazzling gold, skilled warriors, and complex social structure, commanded respect and influence. From the late 17th century, the Ashanti built a powerful kingdom, challenging both neighboring African states and eventually the growing might of the British Empire. This story of the Ashanti is one of military prowess, cultural resilience, and the enduring struggle against colonial domination. The Ashanti Empire's success stemmed from a combination of factors. Centralized leadership under the Asante Hene, their revered king, provided stability and direction. A strong military tradition, coupled with effective use of their environment, made them formidable opponents. However, their rise would bring them into direct conflict with a global power, the British Empire, hungry for resources and eager to expand its colonial reach. The clashes between these two forces would shape the destiny of the Ashanti people for generations. The Ashanti Empire's roots lie in the gold-rich forests of present-day Ghana. Initially, the Ashanti people were not unified, but rather a collection of clans who excelled in trade. Gold, abundant in their territory, became a cornerstone of their economy. They traded this precious metal with neighboring states and increasingly with European powers arriving on the coast. This trade brought wealth, but it also brought contact with new ideas and, importantly, firearms. The Ashanti learned quickly, adapting European weaponry and tactics to their own methods of warfare. This proved crucial in their rise to power. As their military strength grew, so did their political ambition. Under the leadership of Osei Tutu, considered the founder of the Ashanti Confederacy, disparate Ashanti clans united. Osei Tutu, a skilled diplomat and warrior, forged a centralized state. This new Ashanti kingdom, driven by the wealth of gold and a powerful military, began to expand its influence. Central to the Ashanti Empire's unity was the golden stool. More than just a symbol of power, the Ashanti believed this sacred object held the soul of their people. Legend states that the golden stool descended from the heavens at the command of Okomfo Anokye, a powerful priest and advisor to Osei Tutu. This event solidified Osei Tutu's authority and served as a powerful unifying force for the Ashanti. The golden stool became a sacred object, its safety paramount to the Ashanti. It represented their collective strength, their history, and their identity as a people. The Asante Hene, as the guardian of the golden stool, held a position of immense religious and political authority. This spiritual unity, combined with their military prowess, enabled the Ashanti to build an empire that would dominate the region for over 2 centuries. And the Ashanti Empire's expansion inevitably led to clashes with its neighbors. Tribes like the Denkira and the Akiem often found themselves resisting Ashanti domination. However, a new power arrived on the West African coast, forever altering the balance of power: the British. The British, initially interested in trade, particularly the lucrative slave trade, established forts and trading posts along the coast. These outposts placed them in direct contact with the Ashanti, who controlled the interior and the flow of gold and other valuable resources. Initially, the relationship was primarily economic, with both sides benefiting from trade. However, tensions simmered beneath the surface. Cultural misunderstandings, competing territorial ambitions, and the British desire for greater control over trade set the stage for conflict. Section 5. The Battle of Nsamankow in 1824 marked an early Ashanti victory. The simmering tensions between the Ashanti and the British finally boiled over in the early 19th century. A series of misunderstandings and provocations culminated in the Battle of Nsamankow in 1824. This battle, the first major confrontation between the two powers, saw the Ashanti army under the leadership of Osei Akoto decisively defeat a British force. The Ashanti victory at Nsamankow sent shockwaves through the region. It demonstrated the military prowess of the Ashanti and their ability to challenge European military might. The battle also showcased the effectiveness of Ashanti tactics, which often involved using the dense forest to their advantage, ambushing their enemies, and utilizing their superior numbers. The victory emboldened the Ashanti and solidified their position as a dominant force in the region. Section 6. The tide turns, British reinforcements and new tactics. The British, stung by their defeat at Nsamankow, reassessed their approach to the Ashanti. They realized that defeating this formidable enemy required more than just superior firepower. It required adapting to the terrain and understanding their enemy's tactics. The British began to employ local allies, exploiting existing rivalries to undermine Ashanti influence. Furthermore, the British began to utilize more advanced weaponry, including rockets and artillery, which proved effective in the dense forest environment. They also changed their tactics, relying less on massed formations and more on mobile units that could better respond to Ashanti ambushes. This shift in strategy, coupled with increased manpower and resources, gradually turned the tide in favor of the British. Section 7. The Battle of Amoaful, 1874, a costly Ashanti defeat. The culmination of this renewed British approach came in 1874 with the Battle of Amoaful. This battle, considered one of the most significant in the Anglo-Ashanti Wars, pitted a well-equipped British force against a determined Ashanti army defending their homeland. The battle raged for hours with heavy casualties on both sides. However, the British, utilizing their superior firepower and improved tactics, ultimately prevailed. The Battle of Amoaful marked a turning point in the conflict. The Ashanti, despite fighting bravely, suffered a devastating defeat. The British, emboldened by their victory, marched on the Ashanti capital of Kumasi, determined to break the Ashanti spirit once and for all. Section 8. The Fall of Kumasi, a symbolic end to Ashanti independence. Following their victory at Amoaful, the British Army marched on Kumasi, the heart of the Ashanti Empire. The fall of Kumasi, while brief, had a profound psychological impact. The British looted the city, taking many valuable artifacts, including golden objects and the sacred golden stool. This act struck at the very soul of the Ashanti people. While the Ashanti would continue to resist British rule for years to come, the fall of Kumasi marked the effective end of their independence. The British imposed treaties that severely limited Ashanti sovereignty, forcing them to become a protectorate of the British Empire. The Ashanti, once masters of their own destiny, were now subjects of a foreign power, their proud history overshadowed by the reality of colonial rule. Section 9. The legacy of resistance, Ashanti spirit endures. Despite the loss of their independence, the spirit of the Ashanti people remained unbroken. They resisted British rule in numerous ways through passive resistance, occasional uprisings, and by clinging to their cultural identity. The Ashanti never forgot the humiliation of losing their sovereignty, and the desire for self-determination continued to burn brightly. The story of the Ashanti is not simply one of defeat. It is also a testament to the resilience of a people, their ability to adapt and survive in the face of overwhelming odds. The Ashanti, through their art, music, and traditions, kept their culture alive, ensuring that their identity would not be erased by colonial rule. Their story is a reminder that the human spirit, even when confronted with adversity, has an incredible capacity for resistance and renewal. Section 10. Conclusion: The Ashanti Empire, a story of resilience. The Ashanti Empire, with its dazzling gold, complex social structure, and fierce warriors, left an indelible mark on the pages of history. Their story is one of both triumph and tragedy, a testament to the power of unity, the dangers of imperial ambition, and the enduring strength of cultural identity. While their clashes with the British ultimately led to the loss of their independence, the Ashanti never surrendered their spirit. Their story serves as a reminder of the importance of understanding history from multiple perspectives. It challenges us to look beyond the simplistic narratives of victors and vanquished, and to appreciate the complexities of cross-cultural encounters. The Ashanti Empire may have faded into the annals of history, but their legacy of resistance, resilience, and cultural pride continues to inspire generations. To learn more about the Ashanti Empire and its rich history, subscribe to our channel and join us in exploring the untold stories of the past.